Hello creative friends, I hope you're doing well. This week I'm back with another card making video for the holidays as well. This series of card, however, is a little bit different. Last week the cards were a bit more traditional. This time I'm going to be using silver, white, and gold to create more of a classy look. I don't know if classy is the right word, but it's a different style. Let's just put it this way. It's just a different style. And I'm working on black cardstock. This one happens to be watercolor black cardstock, but you can use any cardstock that you want because the watercolor part of it is very minimal. In fact, that's the only time I'll be using watercolor with this silver. So it's called Silver Gold by Kramer, but you can use any silver watercolor paint that you have. I know Coliro by Finetech does a beautiful one, as well as Gansai Tambi by Koretake. I'm sure there are other ones. Paul Rubens also has a beautiful white silver. And if you don't use a lot of water with your watercolor paint, especially with metallic, you can get away with not having to use so much water. You can use any kind of black cardstock. I think the word I was looking for is more like an elegant look as opposed to a classy look. Anyways, the rest is going to be done with markers, basically, with the addition of two of these 4 tiny paintings are going to have a moon, and for that I'm going to be using white gouache. So it's, again, very simple cards. They're tiny. They are approximately, well, it's okay, so it's a 6 by 4¼ piece of paper that I divided into 4, and each of the tiny vignettes are going to have a 1/4-inch border, which I've masked out with tape. So I can't do the math. It's too late tonight. Just basically, I'm using a 1/2-inch tape to separate the middles, and then a 1/4-inch tape all around the paper, much like I did last week. And so I'm going to be alternating between a silver glitter pen, a gold glitter pen, a silver gel pen, a Posca paint pen in white, and white gouache. I think that's it. Anyways, I'll have all the supplies listed at in the description of the video. It's a very, very simple project. It's just basically doodling with markers, but I absolutely love the cards, and they can be done fairly quickly. So at this point, I would say if you want to add an outline to each of these images, leave the tape there, outline, and then remove the tape, because I removed the tape before doing it and I had to use a ruler and it was a little bit of a challenge. Also, lifting the tape lifted the paper at the same time, even though I heat set it. I guess it's the nature of black watercolor paper. It seems to me very fragile, but it doesn't really show. In the end, you know, because I've outlined the images, it actually made the outlining a tiny bit better because I could see the difference in the texture of the paper. So yeah, and then I just glued each of these tiny images to a regular card size, which to me is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's essentially a piece of 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock that you just split in two. And then you make 2 cards out of 1 sheet. And some images I just glued with my tape runner, and some others I popped with foam adhesive just to give it more importance. And once everything was finished, I also decided to add a few borders around the card just for added interest. That's not really necessary, but I was just having too much fun with the glitter pens, so it was just an excuse for me to play some more with the pens. I really love how these cards turned out. They were fun to make, and plus not having to worry about which colors to choose kind of simplified the process a bit. I have to tell you that I made that a previous series of cards last week at the same time that I did the ones I showed you last week, the traditional ones. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make a video with these black cards, and then I thought, you know what, maybe some people will be interested in watching this process as well. So I decided to recreate my 4 cards. So now I have 8 cards, yay, to add to my stash. But like I said, they're fairly simple. They might be a bit more time consuming than last week. Last week, the cards were super quick to make. These ones require a little bit more, I want to say, precision doodling, but not really. But yeah, I think they're loads of fun to do, and I hope that you will enjoy these cards. And if you end up recreating them, let me know how it turned out for you, if you've enjoyed this process. I just think they look so elegant. They look clean. You know, it's the type A in me that's really drawn to these cards. But anyways, that's it for this video. I thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget, the list of supplies will be in the description below. Thank you also to my awesome patrons who are supporting my art over at Patreon. Have a wonderful and creative week ahead. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you soon.